It's your time. Get moving. One of my favorite stores has some very bad news, and it's almost Oscar time.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is back to being live. Here I am. It is Thursday, February 6th, 2020. Day 146 of Gotta Get On Ellen. 2 more days until Oprah. 2 more days until I get to go see my guru, the queen, the one, the only, the Big O. Very excited. Very, very excited to see Oprah. It's going to be an all-day event. I just found out today that lunch is included from Panera. Score! Love me some Panera. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. And, of course, I will tell you everything that I see and learn and hear and experience. And I'm very much looking forward to it. So, I had recorded the last couple of days of the podcast because I knew that I was going to have company. And I just wanted, honestly, I just want to take a couple of days off. It's my 50th birthday. Had some big plans, and it was amazing. I had an amazing couple of days, starting on Monday when my girlfriend Tracy got here. The weather was just incredible. It was like 60 degrees out. We went outside, and we were sitting out and hanging out on the porch for a while. Sun was streaking through. Started to get a little cold. We brought out a little portable heater. We were like, we're not going to let this cold chase us inside. That's right. We're going to hang on the porch. So that was great. And then, of course, Tuesday was my actual birthday. In case you have not seen it on the Facebook page, I did get a tattoo. Way bigger than I had anticipated and hoped. But the lovely tattoo man told me that if this is what I wanted, and in the font that I wanted it, it really couldn't go much smaller because the letters would start to blend together, especially as the years go on. So it's a lot larger than I had anticipated, so I'm still very much getting used to it. So if you haven't seen it, it says "This Is Me," which is one of the songs from The Greatest Showman, and as you all know, it's Pink's "A Million Dreams" that inspired all of this. The Hopefulist, bringing positivity and inspiration into your life every day. So I wanted to get something that would continue to inspire me because when I went to my Rise Business Conference in November, so many people were getting tattoos to try to keep the momentum moving, after the conference ended and they were back home and, their regular schedule, so to speak. And, I just feel like every time I see this, which is the title of the song originally by Kieta Settle, and then Kiela Settle, excuse me, and then why can't I think of her name? Kesha did a re-version of it. She redid the song, and I really do like the mix. They have a mix where it's both of them singing it. And even Missy Elliott does a little bit of rap in here and there. And I just love that version. So if you're familiar with the song at all, it starts out, "Look out, 'cause here I come." Yeah, I can't sing. But every time I see this now, I'm going to just scream that out. And it's going to propel me forward, keep me on my path, keep me motivated to keep kicking ass. So then we went to lunch after that, and then I met up with a bunch of my friends at a place close to home, and I was just blown away by all the people that showed up and helped me celebrate my 50 years here on Earth. And it was so fitting that I chose that day to talk about the importance of friends because they made me feel so good. So lucky to have so many awesome people in my life, and I don't take that for granted. Not for 1 second. So I'm already writing out thank you notes for the people who showed up and brought gifts, even though I told them not to. But, I'm not going to turn down a gift. I mean, come on. Let's be serious. Let's get serious. So, some sad news to report. It looks like Macys has been struggling for quite some time. They have announced that they are going to close 125 stores. I don't know what that means for the Macys near you. I don't know what that means for the Macys near me. In fact, I don't really have a mall near me. That's one of the problems of living here at the shore where there's, we've gotten a lot over the years. We have Target, we have Walmart, we have Costco, we have BJ's. We even have Wendy's and KFC and, of course, McDonald's and Burger King and all of that. We just got our first Chipotle. People very excited about that. So, but we don't have a mall close by. The closest mall is like a half hour away. And, really, we don't go to malls much anymore. I don't know about you, but I don't really just go, which is part of the problem, obviously. So I'm hoping that Macys can figure out a way to stay open. I do love my Macys. Don't get there nearly as often as I used to. Now I pretty much focus on Kohl's because I love me that 30% off coupon. Joe and I both have separate credit cards there, so we both get the coupons. They were both for 20% this weekend. So, holding out for the 30. I'm holding out for the 30. How about them apples? So, if there is a store that you still like, you need to patronize it, or else it will be going out of business. Macys has some good coupons, too. They just don't seem to be as in your face as Kohl's. So, you do have to keep an eye out for them. Macys always, so does Kohl's. They always require you to use their credit card, which I find to be very annoying. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just try to be patronizing to patronize the stores that you like, or they will no longer be there. So I wanted to know from you who will be watching the Academy Awards on Sunday. And it seems like not many people watch them anymore. There's a couple. Now, Sandra says, I haven't watched them in years, mostly because I haven't seen any of the movies. Yeah, that's a big part of it. I really tried to get in a bunch of movies that are nominated. I was going to go see the movie Bombshell. Now, I looked up the movie schedule on Friday, and I thought that movie theaters set their schedules on Friday and went Friday to Thursday. But I looked last Friday, and the movie I wanted to see was playing up north in Toms River. But when I went to look yesterday, because I couldn't make it over the weekend, and I was going to go today, but it is no longer playing. Bombshell, the one about Roger Ailes from Fox News, of course, with Charlize Theron, who I believe is nominated for an Academy Award. So I am not going to be able to get that one in on time. I did see quite a bit this year, more than usual. Diane says, nope, not at all, until they get back to just being entertainers. I'm done with them. Marcy says, me, I'll be watching. I love the Oscars. Always love to see the actors being themselves. Lori says, I just check out the best and worst dressed the next day. I don't care for the political commentary. Caroline agrees with that, says, me too. That's the best part is the clothes I won't be watching. The red carpet is always a little more entertaining to me than the actual show. Marianne says she will be watching. Sharon says one political comment and it goes off. I'm sure it will go off pretty quickly then, Sharon. Movie stars are giving other movie stars awards for being movie stars. I'm glad the tradition is on its way out. Andrew says about 5 minutes after it starts, somebody will make a political comment and I will be watching anything else. Linda says, I'm more of a Grammy girl. I'll record it just in case I hear something on the news the next day that I want to see. But if not, I'll probably just delete it. Yes, I've done that many times myself. Jim says that he will be watching as well if he has the energy after seeing Oprah on Saturday. Yes, Jim and I are attending Oprah together. So he's very excited, as I am. And Larry says, not this guy. He will not be watching. And that's okay, Larry. That's okay. You do you. I don't care about the political statements, to be honest with you. They win an award, and if that's what they want to spend their time doing is talking about some kind of political whatever, then okay, fine, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't want to pay for your political views. That's my issue. Don't make me pay for your concert and then, put up video screens of your political agenda behind you while you're singing. That's annoying to me because I'm not paying to see your political affiliation. I'm paying to see you sing or what have you. So, but if they want to spend their time after winning an award, getting their agenda out, that's their right. They're perfectly okay in my mind to do that. Doesn't mean I like watching it or I care what they have to say, but it's their time. They can use it how they want. So on to today's blog post. It is your time right now, your time. So it's time to get moving. In a single year, you can completely reinvent yourself if you choose to do the work. That from the very smart man of Brendan Burchard. So 1 year ago on my birthday, I left work feeling frustrated and annoyed and kind of hopeless with my work situation. My so-called partner had basically ignored my birthday. He said happy birthday when he first came in and then didn't mention it again. He didn't mention it on the air. I didn't want to mention it myself because how sad is it to wish yourself a happy birthday on the radio? So he went on with the show like it was any other day. Now, when it was his birthday, I mentioned it first thing so listeners could call up or text happy wishes to him. I mentioned it several times throughout the show so he could be celebrated and make sure he felt special on his special day. Brought him breakfast. I brought him treats. I brought him balloons. So why wouldn't he do the same for me? I believe it was just because he was a bitter, resentful person who could not stand for anyone to get more attention than he himself was getting. He did finally say it was my birthday for the very last break of the show. I guess he felt it would be too obvious if he didn't say anything at all. So, have you ever worked with someone who was so bitter they couldn't even stand for other people to say happy birthday to you? Was not a good working condition. Now, as most of you know my story, I was asked to leave this job a few short months later. This came as quite a shock to me. At the very least, though, I didn't have to work with or even see bitter guy anymore, and I've not spoken to him one time since then. Now, after working in the radio business for 20-plus years, this wasn't something unusual. I'd gone through it before. This time was it hurt. This one hurt a little bit more than the other ones. I had tried so hard to make things work with this guy, no matter what I did. He just wanted to work against me rather than with me. I talked to management about it several times. They seemed to agree with me, but we both were let go for some reason. And I decided I didn't want to put myself in a position to let other people decide my fate, regardless of how hard I worked and the sacrifices that I made in order to put on an entertaining show every day, and the sacrifices of what I had to do outside of that show in order to make it an entertaining show. So I decided to make a change. I decided to go in a different direction. One I would be in charge of. I would be the one to determine the content. I would be the one to decide when it would air and how much I wanted to share. And I would be the one to do all the work. And I embraced it. I love it. I can't wait to do it every day. One situation was the catalyst to all this change in my life. It hasn't even been a whole year. But since it was my birthday yesterday, I thought about where I was just 1 year ago. And boy, does my life look a lot different, but all in the very best ways. There's been a lot of work. There has been a lot of uncertainty. There still is. There have been big steps forward and many steps back. There have been times that I wonder if what I'm doing will ever take off. But mostly I feel deep inside myself that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And every time I get a message or a post from someone telling me what I said really resonated with them and helped them, I know I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Don't misunderstand. It is a lot of work. I have challenged myself in ways I never thought